I can't lie, Eric Ten Hag should be doing better with a team that he's got. Newcastle had no striker with a B team, he don't even play them a lot. Eric Ten Hag rotated the team, we even saw Bruno and Rash get dropped. Even then, Man United still in the mud, it shows that the rut that we're in won't stop. I can't lie, Eric Ten Hag should be doing better with a team that he's got. Newcastle had no striker and a B team, he don't even play them a lot. Eric Ten Hag rotated the team, we even saw Bruno and Rash get dropped. Even then, Man United still in the mud, it shows that the rut that we're in won't stop. Yo, this is the OT99 Bantering, where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. We're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and I'm joined today by, what are you going by actually? Tell them your name. Neehi in the building.
What's going on, man?
You know, you got to keep it calm, you know. Back again.
Yeah,
look,
bro.
Neehi, we've had time to digest. We've had time to digest what we saw. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday.
Yeah.
And, you know, try to collect our thoughts on the matter, bro. Collect our thoughts.
Trying to understand what's going on, like how everything's unraveling. It's looking, we're in that cycle again, bro. I'm seeing mad stuff on the internet, what they're saying right now, bro.
Big time. The leaks are starting. You know, people are discontent with the manager. Like, we've seen all of this before.
Bro, player power, innit?
Player power, bro. We've seen it with every single manager. With every single manager that's come, bro.
Every single one, like, it's a madness, bro.
Do you know what? Yeah. Let me just go through it, because, like, it's not even a joke, bro. It literally isn't a joke. Like, look at this. Now, I'm gonna go into the where is it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday's game? Cool. The lineup, bro. Go to the lineup. What's my thing acting up? Let me go in again. The lineup,
we had Onana in goal.
No, not even Nas, bro. Not even Nas, bro.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
They had Joe Linton. Like, they had the front three was Joe Linton, Gordon, and Richie. There was no striker, bro. There was no striker. Willock, Longstaff, and Hall behind them, and then Target, Dummett, Croft, and Liveramento. Like, this team that we're talking of Newcastle's, is not
smacked up,
bro. Like, there's a few names I've never even heard of there, bro.
No Callum Wilson.
Almiron came on and
no Isaac. What, these man didn't start, imagine, bro. And they still whitewash stuff. They've
got Barnes injured, you know, understand. They've got Tonali suspended. Imagine. Like, they had all of these guys, Callum Wilson, Trippier, them man starting off bench, Guimaraes starting off bench, Almiron, and they banged us with that team, like I mentioned. Whereas Manchester United had, you know, we had the Casemiros, we had €100 million Anthony, 75 or 70 million Casemiro, we had the golden boy Garnacho, we had Martial, we had Mount as well that we paid 65 or whatever million for on Nana regular. Look, my thing is this. Manchester United got smoked from
big smoke. Like,
for about 80 minutes of that game, Man United got smoked. 80 minutes of that game. Second half, we had a little spell.
Boy, it was fake. It was fake smoke.
Do you know what I mean? Dead smoke, bro. And my thing is, like, what's going wrong with the team, bro? Because you know what? I noticed, last season, when we, you know, Eric Ten Hag did well, got his Carabao Cup or EFL, whatever you call it, got to a couple of finals, FA Cup quarters, whatever. You know, we was on a good spell, was performing well, was smoking big teams like Barcelona, smoking cities that, like, we were doing well,
all of them,
especially at home. Then we win the EFL Cup against Newcastle, and then it seems like, I don't know, it feels like towards the end of the season you could see us declining. You remember we hobbled over the line to get Champions League qualification last season.
Yeah.
And we've continued that form into this season. What's changed, bro?
I think, two things. One, game management. That's a big thing. I think Ten Hag is lacking. Two, bro, our squad, this is the thing, we've got a decent first 11 when everyone's fit, but that's it. We don't have a squad. So, you see, like them other teams, they can lose 1-2 people. Overall, they'll still be all right. They got a system. No, we lose one person, we're done. So towards the end, remember, Casemiro was all getting suspended. Martinez went. Even Varane was injured and he was coming back from injury. So, like, all of that, I feel like really finished us. I think also Marcus Rashford, yeah, like let's be real, he's one of the people that he's flopped the most. I think, yeah, Marcus Rashford that we're seeing now, we should have seen that version maybe 2 years ago, in a sense of he's still learning. He's actually not a seasoned, consistent top performer. So for him to have been our main threat last season, now him showing what he really is, it's messing us up. Luke Shaw not being there. I think like Martial, let's say Martial was a fit person all the time, would have a better team, but then he's breaking down. So that means you've now got to put someone else into a new system. Now, the way we're playing, it don't suit Højlund. We need wingers, so we need to adapt, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, we needed to build on from last season. Also, I blame the Glazers, bro. And like, I know it seems easy just to say the Glazers, yeah, but bro, every team, this is all progressive. Every team each season gets new players, better players and whatnot. They spend a bag. These men don't want to do that. And then what ends up happening is...
But we spent 4 mil, 400.
This season. Okay, now this is the problem. We bought Mason Mount. Mount should not have been, was it 60 mil? 65?
65, I think, yeah.
Bro, why? He's not, unless he's gonna, bro, Maddison's better than Mason Mount, and they're both 10s, apparently. So that's what I mean by we pay over the odds. And these times, what was Maddison 40 M's, right? Look what he's doing in Tottenham. So our scouting team is pants, bro. Who else did we buy? Højlund. That's another thing, bro. I know it's gonna be against like popular opinion, yeah, but I think Højlund's kind of.
So he didn't spend 400 million this season. He spent overall 400 million in these 2 years. Eric Ten Hag, he spent 200 this season.
Then my point, even now making it 2 years, shows my point even more. Bro, Anthony is not an 80 mil player, but we've paid over the odds. Now, for that type of money, it's like we tried to penny pinch. Let's say we probably spent 20 M's more, just 20 M's more. There would have been someone more elite that we could have got. The same with Højlund. What, he come for what, 75 mil, right? Bro, if we... Yeah,
75 mil, yeah.
Bro, if we had paid that extra maybe 20 mil, maybe 25, we would have had a Harry Kane. We would have had a probably Osherman. There's that guy from Benfica. Gonzalez, maybe?
Yeah, he went to PSG now. Ramos.
He went Ramos, that was it. I said Gonzalez, yeah, Ramos. Bro, like, I just feel like from our penny pinching, what happens is we pay over the odds for mediocre players, but not quite enough for the elite. And that's what's finishing us. Like, you know, like we put as good as Casemiro is, let's be real, what, 31, 32? His best days are gone. Instead of us sort of maybe, and there's even a strategy for recruitment. Oh man, I've been thinking about this a lot. Okay, we wanted De Jong, right? We ended up buying Casemiro. How were they even the same type of player? But we're just spending money anyhow on nonsense. It's like you got money to go into Louis Vuitton, but you end up paying Louis Vuitton prices for top man. Why? Do you know what I mean? That's not your budget. So that's what I feel like. That's what's happening.
You know what? I feel like you're correct in all of that because. And that goes down to how the club is run, isn't it? Like we're overpaying for players where we could have done the business sooner and got them for the right price because we're leaving it too late. The clubs that are selling saying no. And two as well, that we've got a reputation as well as Manchester United of overpaying anyway. So people naturally pay on the slap on the extra tax as well. But the way how I see it is Manchester United are in turmoil, bro. In a sense where like
we are.
In a sense where, and it's annoying, bro, like the fan base, because like you got a lot of you got the fan base, you got the parts you got the people that's saying, oh, it's the Glazers, you need to get them out, which is true. Then you got the other part that's saying, oh, the manager needs to get sacked. You know, again, you know, fair dues, he's not doing what he can do with what he has. Because for me, we talk about, like you said, we've only got a starting 11 and then that's it. But when I look at the team that Newcastle fielded, right? And then I look at our team that we fielded, you've got to get more out of that team that you fielded versus a team like that. It's not like to say we're playing like bro, if you look to the lineup of Newcastle, then this is how it is with Wolves, this is how it is with Brentford. You know those teams, Copenhagen, will be just scraping over because of last minute save, a last minute penalty save, or whatever it is, last minute spectacular goal. We need to be getting the most out of the players that we've got on the pitch. And the reason why I'm like, is both, isn't it? So two are not mutually exclusive. Erik ten Hag, he brought in the players that, because he's come and he said, oh, I'm not playing the football that I ain't got the players to play the football that I did at Ajax.
Yeah.
We're just that, but you spent 400 million at the end of the day. You brought in players that you know and trust, that know the philosophy. Why aren't they implementing it? Like why? Why? What's going on? And then the style that you are implementing now with the players that you've got, you can't. We're struggling this season to see it through. Even last season, if we want it for a home record, we'll be in trouble because our away record was trash. So it's just like the fans want to see something, and the fans are confused in terms of what style of football we're playing. It shouldn't be a confusion for the whole fan base. So again, and then obviously the Glazers is me. I lean more on the Glazers needs to go out because that's the big thing.
Yeah.
We've seen a cycle with Moyes, with LVG. So you had Moyes, the protege of Sir Alex Ferguson. He got sacked after like 6 months or so. You brought in LVG, the experience done. He came in, won FA Cup. We sacked him as well. He implemented his style as well. Even though it was kind of boring, he implemented his style. He got sacked. Then we brought in Mourinho from that, the legend, the most decorated manager, world's best.
Yeah.
Him, he got sacked as well. He started talking about player power, started talking about the issues with Pogba.
Yeah.
And even with him managing, people was upset that he was playing Mata to the right. People was upset that he didn't have a proper DM next to Pogba. People was upset about X, Y, and Z that Mourinho was doing. Everyone was just complaining. And then someone saw him with Oli and now Erik ten Hag. It's the same thing. So for me, the question is, and the thumbnail of this is, do we sack Erik ten Hag or do we keep Erik ten Hag?
Oof. Okay. Now we can do both, but I'm gonna give you a reason for each one. I think we got to keep him. Part of the reason why I think we got to keep him is because look how many managers you just said in such a short space of time. So there's a continuous trend. We're not giving our managers time at all. Some deserved it, some didn't. David Moyes should have never got time on a mic anyway. I actually think LVG, we should have given him, even Rooney said it, we should have given him more time because his style was boring, yes, but bro, I don't care. This Man City's kind of boring. No, not boring, sorry, wrong word. You see, Barca, tell the truth. Back in the day when they were under Pep Guardiola, sometimes could it not be boring? Now, not because they weren't playing great football, but they controlled the match so much, you were not getting the ball. So they was just like, you ain't even getting a chance. LVG was more or less doing that with United. Only thing missing was we were kind of toothless. He needed a bit more time to get an extra 1 or 2 leg, man. I'm telling you, we would have been crazy. You can't sack a man after bloody getting the FA Cup. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think, he just didn't make top 4 off of goal difference. Bro, that's you treat David Moyes like that, not bloody LVG. So I think that was mad. Mourinho, I think maybe came in too late. He should have come in maybe straight from Alex Ferguson. We would have been calm. Now, Solskjaer, if we gave him more time, we would have been relegated by now. Still, but 100.
Apparently, we scored more goals under him than all the managers combined. Apparently, or some stat I heard.
Somewhere. But if we say that, how long did he get? He had the interim management moment, so new manager bounce. Then, so he kind of got 3 seasons because he got 2 seasons straight, right? And then 2 halves when he got, so he actually got 3 years. Of course, he's going to have scored, so far would have scored more than, let's say, someone like a Van Gaal, especially when the style of play was very different. Because Solskjaer's method, let's be real, it weren't sustainable. And that's why later on, we started getting slapped anyhow. He's playing 5 at the back. But one thing that did show is basically, this is why Ten Hag, though, needs to adapt sometimes. I get injuries, but if you got injuries, change up your formation a bit, innit? Like, we can see things is rocky. Really, what he should do is go to a back 5. But anyway, I feel I digress. I feel like if we look at Arteta, he got time in Arsenal. He finished, 8th twice? I'm a lie. And then what that allowed was for him to get out all these other guys, people. Because remember, Ten Hag is dealing with Van Gaal's people, Mourinho's people, Solskjaer's people. When I say people, I'm talking players now, innit? Yeah. Even Van Gaal's players, because Luke Shaw was a Van Gaal player. Yeah, he was. Luke Shaw was a Van Gaal player. Arteta got a chance to get rid of all of those and bring in all his new guys. And I feel like our manager kind of needs that. And I think what that will do also is allow him to grow as a manager, because we didn't get the finished article. Not everyone is Alex Ferguson. We got a guy from Ajax. We can't expect him now to just bloody be the maddest world beater. Give him a chance to, you know, actually do things. And I think that's what we should do. So that's why I'm kind of on both sides. I'm more towards we should keep him. But I could see why the only person I'd want to sack him for is Zidane. If it's Zidane tonight, I'll say, yeah, Van Gaal, you can go. If we have Zidane, we are going to play the maddest football.
I still don't know, bro. Because with all of these names,
if we have Qatar's,
that's the thing, and that Qatar dream is a myth as well. That's the thing. Because my worry is that I look at the fan base and just like, why is everyone so short-sighted? Why is everyone forgetful? Why is everyone forgetting the fact, like, because I saw things about, players are unhappy, players are not happy with the training, and I googled it. Just try and Google it, yeah. Every manager, just put in players are unhappy with training, and then put Moyes. Players are unhappy with training. Oli. Players are unhappy with training. With everyone. Okay. You will see it in every single article. Like everything like you're hearing now about Erik ten Hag has been there in the past, but people seem to just remember little snippets of what happened with previous managers, but like base everything on Erik ten Hag, like to say if you move him on, that things are going to change. Another manager's going to come in, they'll get a nice little honeymoon period, a little blip of 12, 18 months at best, and then you're going to hear the same old stuff. And it down to the hierarchy. Look, Gary Neville and them man talk about it all the time. We ain't got a director of football. Like when I googled it, I saw a director of football, like actually at Manchester United, David Harrison. Nobody's even heard of this guy.
I don't know.
Who is he? People know about Richard Arnold. People know about John Murtaugh. People like that.
You say that, their man are Everton level. And I think this is then part of the problem.
This guy came from Everton. He was there for 27 years. David Harrison.
Okay, think about it. The last time we got someone from Everton in charge, it was one of the worst seasons ever, which was when it was the it's a trip. And this is what I meant by us not buying the elite players, but paying too much for mediocre one. I bet you Richard Arnold, John Murtaugh and that, they're probably getting the same money as, is it Paul Mitchell? Paul Mitchell, there's another one that was in PSC. I bet you them man are getting the same bag or close to as them man. But these guys have no pedigree. Who are they? What? Bro, Everton, like, let's keep it Everton. That's not, let's say we brought in someone from Juve, done it in Juve, even down to RB Leipzig. And I say RB Leipzig because let's keep it real. When we used to watch Champions League back in the day, like when United are winning the final, even when we won the Champions League the second time, bro, let's be real, who was RB Leipzig? No one. Now look at them, innit? They're a brat. So even if we were to follow that sort of model, because we've even got even more of a reputation and more money, if that makes sense, we should be able to go further, because I'm sure they got created.
Yeah.
It's random. So yeah, we need to, I think, the good thing though is that guy's money, what's his name? Ratcliffe. If he does change things in terms of the structure, we might be more successful still.
That thing about that Jim Ratcliffe, like, yeah, I mean, he wants the control of the football operations things. I think that's the sticking point. He wants to bring in a new director of football, that Paul Mitchell guy, and that would help.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like Manchester United, right, you know, we don't need a super trillionaire to come in, you know, because we're operating and competing. We're able to spend 150 million every season as well from our revenue. So we just need a bit of a boost. But the problem with that guy, Jim Ratcliffe, is the fact that he's not like, he's not giving me the confidence that he wants to invest in the way that Qatar wanted to invest, clear the debt in the way that they wanted to. Like everything that they told us Qatar was fairy tale stuff. We're not even sure if he's even going to own the club in the amount of years that he wants to say he's going to own it, because the club is the value of the club. If the Glazers wanted 6 billion, whatever they wanted, I don't know what they wanted. What is it going to be like in 2 years, 3 times? Even if Man United's not performing and we're still in the Premier League, our value is still gonna be going up. Like that's just how it is. Like Man United's a massive brand. Therefore, is Jim Ratcliffe going to be in a position to afford to buy Man United in 3 years' time? Are the Glazers going to want to sell? I don't know.
That's true, especially if he's only buying a quarter or whatever of the club. Yeah, that must mean he's not got big money like that. But you were saying we don't need a crazy rich owner anyway. I get what you mean on that, but we kind of do. And the reason why, it's because if the club had been run properly, we wouldn't need such a big investment. But bro, there's too many things to deal with, like what you said, debt. So the club is worth a lot, but the debt is also, rising as well. Now, on top of that, this is where we go back to when I said we're paying too much for dead players. Harry Maguire didn't go. Imagine he had the audacity to hold Man United to ransom and say, if you lot don't pay me X amount, I'm not going. So this is why we need a crazy rich person that can afford to say, you know what? I know you, bro, you get it now. Bro, how long were we trying to get rid of Bailly for? And I'm sure he probably left on like a free or something. Do you know?
And that's the difference between our club and others, is that we're stuck with our mistakes.
That's what I'm saying.
For a decade, bro.
What team do you know that still has players from 4 or 5 managers ago in this day? Bro, there's none, bro. So that's why, even I was like, Jim Ratcliffe, if he does help, it might be a bit better if he changes the structure. But to be fair, the Qatari people, they will change the structure and put the crazy money in that is needed, because our training facilities are trash, blah blah blah. It's a lot, bro. We're like 10 years behind, bro.
And just for context as well, I want people, anyone that watches, even if it's just one person that watches this, I want them to understand why we talk about the Glazers so much, why we talk about the ownership so much, because they're just like, Erik ten Hag, they don't control them things on the pitch. These guys, this guy makes the in-play decisions. Yes, he puts out the football team. Yes, he does this. He doesn't drop people like Rashford and he plays people out of position. I fully get all of that stuff. And they're not mutually exclusive. Like Erik ten Hag is in a position where he should be doing better. Like I started off by saying that. But the reason why we talk about the Glazers is because they're the people that obviously give jobs to your Mertens, the Arnolds. Those are the people that identify people like Erik ten Hag, people like all of these people. They're the type of people that give them the money to be spent on certain players, and they also co-sign it and rubber stamp it. And if you've got someone in positions that understand the exact profiles of what we need and understand the science behind the football, then we won't be having these issues. For example, Ralph Rangnick here, he was coming to do the job and then being a board. Someone with a football mind, even if he wasn't good at coaching per se. He identified many players, that's doing well now. He came in and said open heart surgery. We ain't got enough football minded guys. We've got like businessy minded guys, but we ain't got football minded guys.
They're bankers
above Erik ten Hag. Yeah, they're bankers. So it's just like these things trickle, because if you had the right people, maybe let's say Paul Mitchell, director of football, if you had the right people leading this club, you may not even have had David Moyes managing the club from then. You may not even have had LVG managing the club from then. The point to get to where we are now would have been a lot more realized a lot sooner and rectified a lot quicker. Do you understand? It's just like you look at Arsenal and you're just like, look, we had a head start on them. So Alex Ferguson left before Arsene Wenger. Do you understand? You've got like Tottenham that had a tough spell, but they've managed to get it right. Chelsea's going for a little spell now after their amazing Champions Leagues and all of these cup wins that they do, cups with their new managers every year. But they're going to rectify it and get it right. We still haven't got it right. And it comes down to the decision makers. Erik ten Hag's never going to sack himself. OVG's never going to employ, all of these guys don't employ. And it's like I used this analogy before, but it's just like, you ain't going to get the performance of a Ford Fiesta to the equivalent of a Lamborghini. So we can be screaming and shouting about Erik ten Hag to thy kingdom come. It may just be like he's out of his depth. Sancho as well, it may just be that he's out of his depth in Premier League football. I don't know. But it's just
I think he is.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that every player that we get, all I do know is every player that we get, whether it's a 5-time Champions League winner, Casemiro, he's struggling. But how many times he's got red cards here and he's had to sacrifice himself to get that red card because of poor passes. All of these things about the players. We have Di Maria, bro, one of the world's best wingers. He got absorbed into the deadness of Manchester United. His house got robbed and he flew away, bruv. We had Pogba's now, he's incarcerated. I don't even know what's going on.
He's incarcerated.
Bro, them drugs
moving like
Dylan White, brother, doing some madness together, bro. Like everyone that comes to Man United is dead food. Like you can be a superstar. You come in, look at Bruno, first season, amazing. Look at him now. Martinez.
This is what I mean.
Look at him now.
Mediocre play. This is what I'm saying. Mediocre play. Okay, that's even another thing. Let's be real. We keep on getting bare injuries. You know why? Because we spend over the odds on the mediocre players, and then the more decent players that we have, we play them into the ground and don't even rotate them. So we take 5 years off their career.
Yeah, facts.
But that's all he's got, and that's what I mean. Like it really is like, this is again why we need Qatar. We need certain people to be able as well. That's another thing. Because the Glazers are chasing money, this is what it is. Because they're constantly chasing money, yeah. That's why they keep on just sacking people like this anyhow. I honestly think, yeah, okay, you just said we had Di Maria, we had Pogba. Imagine, maybe not necessarily those players, but those level of equivalent type of players with Erik ten Hag right now. Are you telling me our team would not be way sicker?
You know what? It is so difficult to tell because Erik ten Hag saying, the players depends on the style he's playing. I just don't know.
He's got to say that. He's got to say that. You know why? Sorry to cut you, bro, but he's got to say that because, okay, boom. When Guardiola came in, yeah, he got rid, after the first season, the whole defense, everyone was gone. Then he was just like that, able to bring in his sick. Bro, if he got rid of Nasri was the equivalent. Yeah,
he was cold. I wanted him at Man U. He was cold. He was like your Mahrez's, or he was like your Bernardo. Not to the level cold. He was like
that. He said, "No, get out of here, brother. You can't do." And this is what I'm trying to say. You can't do that in Man U. He could. Ten Hag couldn't. Bro, he couldn't even get to Todibo. He couldn't even get Kim Min-jae. Can you imagine? And it's not he couldn't get. And it's not he couldn't get him. Like it's his fault. No, he couldn't get him because of the ownership. Why he couldn't get them? That's what I'm saying. So it's okay. Let's even put it like this: year, he really wanted Frankie De Jong. That's another thing. They're not spending the money, and like what he said earlier, they're not getting the right people. But let's just say, yeah, why couldn't they find someone else who was of a Frankie De Jong, even if not of the same level? Because it's evident that in Man United, what we need is a midfielder that Neves would have been good in Man United. I mean, Neves that was at Wolves, someone who can be a bit defensive and actually drive with the ball. Look how much passes.
Getting the monies.
We ain't getting someone like that. So yeah, I do feel like that's another thing. A lot of these clubs that sack people, yes, there's a strategy involved. We don't have that. I think,
and that's why I doubted Erik ten Hag. You know, he's scouting because, and I don't think he should be having all that responsibility anyway. But he's looking at the guys that he's not, like he personally knows and worked with, rather than having that broad scale knowledge and the support from directors of football and the scouting system that he trusts. For me, I knew that he had his own way when Ralph Rangnick, he had that clash of Ralph Rangnick, and he didn't want to listen to him, and Ralph Rangnick moved on. He has his own views, but he needs to be, because there's guys that could do that profile that he's looking at for far less out there, whether it be in South America or whether it be in Spain or Italy or France or Germany. There's guys that can do what Anthony does, but even better and execute it for far less. And the thing is, he's not getting that support, and that comes down to the structure around him, the enablers to support him. You understand? You need that, and he ain't getting that. And you look at Arsenal, and you see the Edu and all of them, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Get me?
You know, Zidane, yeah, I think it might have been Ozil that said when he came to play for Madrid, Finney booked him. Zidane is the one that came to meet him and whatnot. So obviously that's how we signed him, whatever. These times, Zidane weren't the manager yet, obviously, because it's Ozil and that these times. The point that I'm making is that, like, we don't have that top football guy, like what you said, Edu. If we had a David Beckham actually in the setup, yeah, it will change things. So the point that I'm making is there's actually not much of a lure from Man United apart from getting mad bread. There's actually like nothing popping. Man U's like an expensive nightclub in West that just has dead things in there. But it's expensive and you got to come dripped.
And it's also guys that definitely are playing in the Premier League at a big, because a lot of these players just want to play in the Premier League for a top club, right? And they want to be a starter or have a main role, and they know that they can. Man United is in such disarray that they can come to Man United like Amrabat and know that he's going to hold down the place.
That's what I'm saying.
Not get rotated, because these men are pissed. He's that guy that we got from Bayern, that he was upset because he was getting rotated there, that he came on a loan. Sabitzer.
Yeah,
he was upset that he wasn't getting game time there, and then he was gonna come to Manchester United and hopefully hold down the spot. And the same thing that's Gravenberch wanted a new try and just knew. Then man look at the other teams and say, I can't get into Union's midfield and hold it down, so I'm gonna go Man United because I know at least I'm gonna get a good stint. I don't know about Man United.
A lot of that. Bro, it's the structure. I think the main thing from here is that it's just a structure. The structure's all over the place. So it's kind of like, if it's going to be like that, anyone would fail. Even though I was saying the only person I want Ten Hag to go for is Zidane. But if Zidane came right now, we'll finish his life too.
He won't even come. That's the maddest thing. He's specific for a reason. Does he stay or does he go though, Erik ten Hag? Do you want him to stay or go?
Stay for till at least till the injuries come back. So I think he gets a free pass this season. I'm not gonna lie. We're not really a Champions League. We're not really a Champions League team. That's what it is. Let's keep it real. We get there, but we're not actually of that quality.
I'll tell you what, a big difference between last season and this season as well is that the defense held it down. Like when you look at the defense, that was a key thing. That our whole thing was based off Rashford getting his goals, and then Martinez, Varane, Luke Shaw, and Delo Stress, Aaron Wan-Bissaka for the second half of the season. They held it down. Right now, we've had no back four. And I think, and Casemiro as well has been a myth as well. And that, in Erik ten Hag's, favor, I would say that is a big thing that's kind of a missing thing, because that was our pinnacle last season.
That's what I'm saying, because you see, even said Casemiro is now looking a bit funky. To be fair, that's even why we're able to score those goals. The defense would do so well. So what it will do is make the other team still be trying to chase a goal, and then we've got pockets to move in, and that's when Rashford can do his thing. Now, because they're scoring ASAP now, it changes the game. They can fall back a bit earlier now. Then our guys can't, do nothing. So you're right. Another thing, when Aaron Wan-Bissaka came on yesterday, tell the truth, the intensity changed.
I was happy to see him back,
Bro.
Happy to see him back.
We need more of that. Imagine when we get Martinez and Luke Shaw back from that. No, our team will look better. It will do.
I hope so, bro, because we got Fulham away, our next game on the 4th. We've got Fulham away, followed by Copenhagen. Again, we need to win that one away again. And then we've got Luton. So we've got some decent games coming up, and then Everton. So hopefully we can just hopefully we can build a run.
Yeah.
But we need to see these players coming back, man. I think we need to see guys like Kobe Mainoo just in and around the bench, just there. See Aaron Bissaka, see all of these guys coming in. And then hopefully it lifts the team a bit, lifts the crowd a bit.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that will happen, especially with Mainoo, like what you said. Like, he's good, man. Yeah. He's actually a really good footballer, and it's good to have someone raw. He's kind of like, not in the same dirt, but the equivalent of having a Garnacho, but in midfield, in a sense of that young, fresh blood that's still learning, trying to tick. Yeah, man. Bro, let's give him till the end of the season, man.
Bro, well, guys, look, that was our piece, man. That was our piece on this dreadful game, man. Look, but we'll be back again, man. As you know, we'll be back again, man. The game against Fulham on a weekend, man. We'll be back I think it's Saturday midday as well. So it's an early kickoff. So we'll catch that and we'll give our thoughts and analysis on that game as well, man. But guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Remember to smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you soon. Peace.